All right. Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to another coffee break by Geek Vibes Nation. I am your host, Tia, and I have with me my wonderful co-host, Brittany. How you doing today?
Wonderful. Who? Where? What? When?
Oh, stop.
I was trying.
She says this after she dropped this like
Yo,
reveal on me
oh my
before.
God.
You want to tell the audience
Uh,
what you told me just before this?
He said, guess what? I said, I got us a photo op with David Harbour at New York Comic Con, which was what we had wanted it so bad, but they don't advertise it anywhere on the website. Like, hey, if you're going to get your photo op, unless maybe it's just I didn't see it being on the mobile site. I couldn't find it anywhere. Had to go through like their Twitter. I was like, oh my God, it's probably been up for sale. It's been up for sale like for like over a week and stuff. And I sat there and I was like, oh my God, we're gonna miss out. And then I looked and it was like Saturday. But they'll assign us a time later on. That's one thing I gotta keep like my eye on.
Girl, we're gonna
But
be
we'll
there all
make
day. We're
time.
gonna be there all
We're
day.
making
We're
time.
gonna be there all day. Who cares?
I still got to figure out if I'm dressing up or not. I was telling Tia I went to Arkansas Comic Con over the weekend, which was in Little Rock, and I had a really great time. But I was fucking miserable because Arkansas is hot. It is still
Yes,
freaking hot right now.
I can.
And
I can attest to that. It's freaking hot.
Tia, you know how like I never sweat? Like that's just like the thing is like I only sweat when I'm nervous.
Yeah.
I was pouring sweat in that Captain Marvel costume. I felt like a sweat sack. And Aaron was like, Aaron goes, he goes, that's real attractive. I said, because I started going like, I was like, I'm like a sweatsuit. I'm pretty sure if you pop this sucker open right now, it would pour out. And he was like, please, mercy.
That's so gross. Well, I can imagine though. That thing, it's like leather. I mean, that's a lot.
It's completely strapped in. Liz, you have a full bodysuit and then you have pieces that strap down. I was like, I'm claustrophobic. And at one point I was like, I'm cranky. And Aaron was like, I can tell. And I was like, I'm about to come out of my skin right now. And so that was why with New York Comic Con, I was like, well, it is colder in New
It makes
York.
you
Maybe it'll
want.
be okay.
It makes you wonder, like, how the superheroes actually fight crime, where they're literally like sucked into those freaking suits. Just
Real
saying.
Captain Marvel, she's like sitting there going, I'm in the vacuum of space. She doesn't have sweat pores. She glistens.
She glistens.
She
Okay.
glistens. She's
Well,
like a Twilight vampire.
oh, please stop. Please. Okay, so it's so funny. I've never watched any of the Twilight movies, something that I actually see as an accomplishment. But the other day I like quoted about like I tweeted about Lee Pace because I've been currently watching the screeners for The Foundation, which is premiering on Apple TV Plus soon, right? And I was like, oh, we need to talk about Lee Pace more. And someone like tweeted, which like no disrespect to the person who tweeted, but they were like, wasn't he in Twilight? And I'm like, stop that. Stop that. I don't think
There's
about that.
there's some parts where I'm like I hate the Twilight movies, but obviously I watched the first one because I had a phase where I was into the books, but I didn't like I don't know the whole
It's not a
like
phase, Mom.
sparkling. It's not a phase, mom. But looking back, the wolves were badass. Like the CGI for them, like I look back at it. TikTok made me like reassess my evaluation. Which
No.
speaking of, so I have a friend named Ryan, right? And you've
Mhm.
met Ryan, and he said he goes. I was talking shit about the Twilight movies, and so he looks a lot like who's the main character wolf? Jacob, the guy that plays Jacob. He looks like a short Jacob. And he said
Wow.
don't
Way to call your friend out like that.
no, the people no, he said he goes, do not shit on this movie. He goes, I have never had more women more attracted to
Oh.
me than in the height of it. Because he's like, he go, because he is Cherokee Native American. He's been going through his process. He goes, this movie was made for me. He goes, I cannot tell you how many women were like, oh my God, you look like Jacob. And he was like, come here.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I'll be your Jacob.
I'm
He's such a
telling
hound dog.
I'm telling you, I was in college, right? When the whole like movies came, like when the first movie came out and the second one, everyone was walking around with their shirts, Team Edward, Team Jacob. And I'm like, so I saw someone tweet years ago. Remember when the movie Captain America Civil War came out and everyone's like, Team Iron Man, Team Captain America?
Yes.
And people were like, I remember the Team Jacob and Team Edward face. And it's like, yeah, I do too. I wasn't part of it, but I just remember watching in judgment.
Looking back, didn't like Edward like stare at her through her window? And to me, like as
No,
a child,
there was so many things of how like unhealthy and how
yeah.
creepy that relationship actually was.
Wait, I think I hear noises.
Is it actual food?
Yes, it is actual food. I love you. You're looking very limey right now.
I got grease all over me too.
Oh man, thank you. I love you. You're the best. Food delivery in the middle of.
That doesn't look like sushi. That looks like McDonald's.
Well, we had a change of plan.
You had a
It
change of
is
plan.
it's Freddy's. It's delicious, but yes, the food delivery. I love it. And he I don't know if you heard him yell. He was like, "I'm sorry for interrupting."
You
And
should
then
be
just-
sorry, Aaron.
No, he brought me food. Damn.
This
Shut
ain't,
your mouth.
this ain't your Twitch stream.
It is now. Welcome to Itty Bitty
No,
Brit.
he's not that. Brittany,
Tina said she wouldn't judge me for eating.
I know.
Now you're judging me.
No, I'm not judging you for eating. I still have like half-eaten pie here.
Damn,
So,
it's mukbang. That makes me think of Trisha Paytas.
we are not talking about Trisha Paytas. We dedicated half a show on her a few weeks ago, and there has been some drama happening, some intense drama, and I keeping away from it.
Damn, some people like made entire YouTube careers out of talking about her. Tia, that could be us. That could be us. That could be us.
We missed the market, man. We had years and years of material.
I know.
But my
Yeah,
problem is, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go, girl.
I was just saying the problem is like you actually have to watch her videos, and it's like when I dislike a content creator, I don't want to give them the views. So it's like I never watch her videos. I always just watch them through other channels so that I can give those channels the views instead of hers.
That was a big thing with Keemstar is like there was a big interview he was doing and people are like, I freaking hate him. I'm trying to get out of cussing on these videos because of YouTube rules. But with Keemstar, they would people would record his videos and upload them differently so that people could still see the interview but without giving him the view. And he threatened to sue over it. He's like you're legitimately like doing a copyright thing, but I'm like, also you are also the most hated man on YouTube. So to be fair, are you really surprised?
Hang on, I have something to say. I thought it was really funny.
Oh no!
Okay.
I'm assuming it's gonna be savage.
No, it was just really funny. So, you know the quartering, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So he like posted something recently on TikTok shitting on Megan Fox, like just being really gross about her. So apparently Keemstar like commented on it and said like the quartering just like talk shit about Megan Fox, and in case you forgot, here's what the quartering looks like, and like posted a picture of him. And so on like the H3 subreddit, someone's like, this just in, the worst person you know just made a valid point.
Right. Don't you hate that when you agree with the people you hate?
It's like, oh, why?
I just feel like also H3 has found someone that they hate more than Keemstar now. Congratulations.
I don't know. They still pretty much hate Keemstar. Just they did do a whole like content court on the Quartering, which was pretty eye-opening because I had no idea who this man was prior to that. But it's kind of weird knowing that he's in the same space as ours. Like he comments on like comic books and cartoons and the Marvel movies and shit. And I'm like, oh, there's someone like you and like the space, like we share the same space essentially.
Yeah. What was with Brie Larson? What there was some controversy that she was in, and he has made like an entire career talking about just her in this.
He's made like apparently like 22 videos on her. Well, you can watch H3H3's content court. Link it down below. I'll link it down below. And there's a whole section.
She sims for H3H3.
I do sim. But they did do a whole section on the Brie Larson thing. And it literally is just because, you know, Brie Larson during the like promotion of her movie Captain Marvel just pretty much made a statement saying that she'd like critics of all, you know, denominations to see her movie. Like she didn't want her movie just reviewed and critiqued by middle-aged white men, which
because a lot of them wouldn't get it because they'd be like, well, she's too cold, she's too rough, she's too blah 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 blah. That the characteristics that you would see in a male superhero character and probably go, oh, that's badass, they're too cool for school.
Well, and I want to say that she's not the only one who's made these like points. There's a movie that came out years ago that's literally called This Film Is Not Yet Rated. And it's all about examining the like film critic, like it's all examining like, you know how movies have ratings? It's examining the group of people who rate movies and pretty much how, like, at least at that point, you know, there's no person of color, there's hardly any women, you know, they're not young or anything. So it's like they're giving, say, like rated R, NC-17 ratings to movies that don't necessarily deserve it. So I'm just saying, like, Brie Larson's not the only person to ever request this. So she requested that, and the Quartering just took it and was like, she hates white men. She doesn't want me to see this. Brie Larson just said that me as a straight white man can't see this movie, and just like literally went on to fucking like shit on her for 22 videos. And then he like said that with the money that he got with those 22 videos, he made a shed and called it his Brie Larson shed. And it was very, very disturbing. Yeah. So that's the whole thing there.
I feel like also, speaking about, he talks about a lot about like SJW stuff, and people do take things way, way too far and get very sensitive about things. But for someone that makes so many videos about SJWs, he's kind of one himself. He is so sensitive. He is so incredibly sensitive. Because I like to watch like Nick Diorio, which he's gotten into, like, you know, you can say what you want about him, but this dude does like his research. Like, I've listened to his videos and he backs up. He's just a little more aggressive about the way he speaks, but he's very fair. He was the one, I don't know if you heard about the John Swan situation.
Yes,
where
I did.
Where his own best friend, like online, got into all this trouble and he discovered it was true, and he was like, you could ruin my what's it called? My what's it called? Like when people take you more seriously, like your word, your
credibility.
Yes, he was like, you could ruin my credibility. He goes, I can't, you know, I kept protecting you because I thought you were telling the truth, and now that I know you're lying, I can't keep, you know, letting you lie. It ruins my credibility, you know. And you know, he was talking about with the Quartering, because they had a podcast where they were like, the Quartering got very drunk and he was being very emotional, and it was being so funny about it though. He was so over dramatic, and they laughed, and like the Quartering went on like this huge tirade on Twitter, and they're like, dude, just take a joke. Like, for someone that screams about people not being sensitive, he goes, we laughed at you a little bit for being and he was drunk in that video. He was drunk and dramatic. I would have laughed.
Well, and that's the thing. So it's funny, H3H3 in their content court like covers that, about how like it's like he's such an anti SJW that he himself has become an SJW, because like everything literally like gets under this man's skin, like literally everything. And I don't want to like dwell too much on it, but he is like, criticized Gay Pride Month. He's criticized Black Lives Matter. All this like really messed up shit where it's just like you're so anti this that you've become that, essentially. Because
he swung too much in one direction. He ended up on the other side.
Yeah. So it's just like weird, because someone like that is exactly what the perception of, say, like gatekeeping in comic books is. Like when you think of someone who's like a gatekeeper in the comic book space, you think of someone like him. Like he went on and on about that cartoon that came out, She-Ra, which I never watched.
Love She-Ra.
He complained oh my god, he complained so much about it. I'll send you the clip where he literally was like, she went from being this really busty, sensual, powerful woman, like from the cartoon in the 80s, where like literally everything was like a girl wearing the bare minimum on her boobs, so her tits were popping out. He's like, to now she's a boy. They turned her into a boy because she looks more age appropriate, and that's just
she does look age appropriate. That's the whole big thing with her.
And it's just the changing of like art style, like in Content Court, because that's where I got like most of this information on this guy about. In Content Court, this guy AB, who works for Ethan Klein, like pointed out that the way She-Ra is animated, that's just the animation style of today. Just like the original She-Ra in the 80s was the animation style of the 80s. It's like things change. That's just how it is.
And it was very like for the 80s, it was appropriate for them to have like, because in the middle of He-Man being big, G.I. Joe being big, it kind of fell into that where it's like, we want to really be marketable to girls, but also boys at the same time is probably what they're thinking with He-Man. But with She-Ra, it reminds me of Steven Universe, where it's like, you learn good, valuable lessons. Things are a little bit, gentler. And you can still have like life lessons from it. But a lot of people have issues because a lot of the characters in it are either bi or lesbian. And I'm like, and that's like their biggest, that's like their biggest hang up with it. And I'm like,
also, it's like, it's not for you. Like, you're a grown man at this point. These cartoons are for actual kids, So it's like, I don't know, that man he's something. He's something.
He's something.
He's something.
Speaking of YouTube, a big thing right now is one of my friends was like, yeah, I want to make you YouTube videos, because I would joked one time where I was like, I'll pay you in alcohol. And so, but it's been such a learning curve, like the amount of like when to post, the thumbnail, what thumbnail do you do for it? What do you do for this? What do you do with this? What is this marketable at what time? And I'm like, my brain hurts. I will pay you with more than alcohol at this point.
I still like don't understand like how to properly make a thumbnail or something, because like, not for nothing, it's like I know that it's all like a numbers game on YouTube to try and get notice, but it's like I can't imagine myself like so many like I'm just gonna say it, so many thumbnails feel disingenuous, and I'm not gonna like I'm not gonna pose and be like, for like a thumbnail or something to like clickbait it. It's like, I think
we have to both look surprised at the same time, and then put like something in the corner,
like something shocking, and it's like super clickbaity, and it like never
and it's
happens.
Like I get why, that I'm like,
just saying, I want to get there on integrity alone. So if it takes me longer, it takes me longer. Brittany's already becoming a big star on Twitch, so she
whatever. Whatever. I can't even stream until Wednesday. I've been having a really good time though. I've been playing South Park, which there's some things in there I'm like, I want to laugh. It's not appropriate. I can't laugh.
Wait. That's the thumbnail face. Let's do it. She laughed at what?
Look, letters.
I want your fries, by the way. I love fries.
Dude, I'm almost through them. This is like one of the only things I've eaten today. That's why I was like, I need nourishment.
And like Brittany never finishes anything. She eats like a bird.
I've gotten good at it though. My
Have
appetite
you?
has.
Have you?
I went to Aji Ramen Bar, which is this place in Little Rock that's absolutely amazing. Yeah, and I looked around. I had eaten more than one of my guy friends that was with me, my gal pal that was there, and I almost beat Aaron on eating. That was how like freaking intense I was. I looked around and I was like, am I the monster? Am I the empty pit? Because I just wanted more. Speaking of which, I'm about to be in New York.
My God, I have so many things that I want to show Brittany. One of them being, I told Brittany has never, ever, ever watched a single episode of Sex in the City. But I was like, please, Brittany, please, may I show you the first movie? And I will tell you right now that the first movie pretty much does a pretty good job of like summing up the basics of the series. Yeah. So it's like, maybe there's some like inside things you may not know. I do the same thing as that.
I'm good now.
But it's like I feel, and then you have me, who's like the encyclopedia knowledge of Sex in the City, so I can help you. Like I can give you the.
It's
like,
true.
It is.
This
true.
lady is obsessed with Sex in the City. I'm pretty sure you've built your entire life, all your life lessons, instead of like She-Ra or Steven Universe or any other show.
Because literally everything. Because I'm sorry, every woman out there. Sorry, every woman can relate something to Sex and the City, like something that has happened in their life. They touch upon it in that show. And can I tell you, like, I was young, right? So I didn't watch it when it was on HBO at first. Like, I remember literally my mom watching it and say I had to like go to like where my parents like place was. It's like, the living room was in the middle and like my bedroom was on one side and the bathroom was on the other. So like say I was in the bathroom and it's like I'd open the door and mom would be like, close your eyes. So it's like I'm literally having to close my eyes while I like run to my room because it's like obviously something's happening that I shouldn't be seeing. And then like when I got older, I bought my mom like the DVD set of Sex and the City. And I decided to start watching it. And then Cindy started watching it. And we just became obsessed with this show. I can usually tell you, like, if you do a scene, I can tell you, like, what season it's in. I'm pretty good at that.
But Tia hasn't done it as much as she used to because we've both been so busy. It's hard to talk on the phone. But used to, something would make her think of Sex in the City. And she would go to tell me the story. And I go, Tia, you've already told me the story. And she was just like, please.
Let me retell.
She would always say, please just pretend that you don't remember this and you're hearing it for the first time. Because she wanted to go A to B to C with it, which isn't a bad thing because I've retold the same stories a million times. Like Ryan made. I know you do. That was like Ryan, he edited one of my videos where I'm like, hey guys, guess what? I worked at GameStop. I've never told you that before. And it goes, we know you did enough. And I was like, you fucker.
Well, it's like, so this is actually like kind of a good segue. I love the show Sex and the City. I really loved the first movie. I wasn't the biggest fan of the second movie. And so I don't know if you know this, they're reviving the show, but I hate that idea. First of all, I hate it, right? Like, I hate it. It's because to me, it's like the way it ended, right? It had, first of all, Samantha's not involved, which I already hate that. To me, it's like, it's the 4 women or nothing. I don't want replacements or something. Like, how do you explain?
Is it supposed to be like a prequel?
No, it's supposed to be a sequel. So it takes place after the second movie, which it's like, to me, it's like, I feel as if you've told all the story that you have. Well, so this is the thing, right? It came out afterward that the actress who played Samantha her and so that's Kim Cattrall, the actress who plays Samantha, and the
Yeah.
actress who played Carrie, Sarah Jessica Parker, ended up
Yeah.
really disliking each other. So it's like they don't like each other. So Kim Cattrall wants nothing to do with it. So I'm like, if you couldn't get all four of the women back, I don't want it. Also, it's like, what other story do they have to tell at this point? Both the other three main characters, Carrie, Charlotte, and Miranda, are all married, right? Two of them have kids.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna break them up? I don't want to see them broken up.
Nothing's racy anymore. At first
I waited 6 seasons to see Carrie and Mr. Big get together. I waited 6 seasons to see Miranda and Steve stay together. I waited all these seasons to see Charlotte get with a good man. And what are you going to do in a revival? You're going to break up Carrie and Mr. Big? You're going to break up Miranda and Steve? You're going to break up Charlotte and Harry? I don't want it.
You know what? They're gonna sit there and they're gonna kill off Samantha.
They're probably gonna kill off Samantha. And you know how I know they're gonna do it? I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Oh shit!
You know how they're gonna do it? Now that I'm thinking about it, they're gonna do some bullshit. Because in one of the seasons, I think it was season 5, or no, season 6. At the beginning of season 6, Samantha got cancer, but she beat it.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say that.
But she beat it. I bet you they say, "Oh, it came back." See, I already don't like it. I already
You're like, I already guessed it. I already know what's happening.
It's like I already know what you're gonna do. You're gonna kill her off because it's like they know that as the audience, we would sit there and we would never accept them saying, "Oh, they're not friends anymore," or "Oh, Samantha moved away and they don't talk anymore." I don't believe that because in the first movie, Samantha moved to LA and they talked all the time. So you can't. I don't like it. I already don't like it.
At first I was like, I thought you were gonna say they were doing a prequel with like younger actresses.
They tried doing that. They tried doing that years ago, and it like fucking failed. So,
what I was gonna say was, I was like, why would you? I hate when like they do like a regular show like that and then do like a prequel to it, because it's kind of like picking up a book, starting halfway in, reading all the way to the end, and then just kind of going back and going, okay, well now I already know what happens.
I didn't like it. I never watched the prequel series because I had no desire to. And it also seemed like really contradictory to the lore of actual Sex and the City, because it's like you had
lore.
Well, I only say that because in the prequel series, it's like you had Carrie as a young woman, as a high schooler, meeting like Charlotte and Miranda, but in the actual show, they established that the women never met each other until they were actual adults. So it's like,
okay, I don't like that then. It's not canon, Tia. It's not canon.
It's not canon, so that's why I don't like it. So I don't like that idea at all. And this is coming from someone who loves the Sex and the City. I did not like the second movie. It fell so short to me, like so short. So after that, I was like, why do I want another? No, I don't. You like
don't. It. You can't sit here.
I don't like it. I don't know. You'll understand once you've seen the first movie. You will understand.
Is it gonna make me cry?
Yes, of course. There's so many moments. There's so many moments that make you cry. You will cry. You will cry.
Oh my gosh. All I think of is like with shows like that is what I lived for when I was like, oh, I wanna live in the Big Apple. I think it's so good. Like it was the epitome. What did my uncle tell you? Like what do you?
Oh, it's like Gilmore. Is it like Gilmore Girls?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Well, it's so funny.
Oh my gosh.
This isn't a spoiler, but the first movie starts with like a voiceover from Carrie, who's like, most people come to New York City to find like love, a career, and like friends or something like that. And it's like, well, what happens if you have 2 but you don't have the 3rd or some shit like that,
Oh.
I love the movie. I love the first movie.
You know what you fill it with?
What?
H Mart.
H Mart is a good idea.
Yeah, that's all you need. You don't have family, get H Mart. You ain't got love,
Get
H
H-Mart.
Mart. You ain't got a job. Well, you can't
Get
afford
H-Mart.
H Mart, but you can at least look at it.
You can at least look at it. It's
Yeah.
pretty.
You can at least look. It's fine.
I don't know. It's just like I don't like it. But what was I gonna say? Speaking about HBO, right? So I have the HBO Max app. I've been watching The Sopranos in preparation for the prequel movie, The Many Saints of Newark, that's coming out. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about that they released an episode of this new series called Scenes from a Marriage. And I want to tell you about it because it's pretty good, but it's pretty melodramatic. Do you know who Oscar Isaac and Jessica Chastain are?
That sounds very familiar, but my brain knows so little.
So Jessica Chastain is the woman who played Maggie in Lawless. Yeah.
Oh.
And then
my woman crush.
I know. And then Oscar Isaac, he's a big actor. He got cast as Moon Knight in the upcoming Moon. I
know. I can. He's in my mind. I can see him now.
I'm gonna look up a picture because this man is
damn. Is he fun?
He is fucking fine.
With 5 eyes.
With 5 eyes, fine. Like, I'm sorry. Wait, what is it? Just look at that man. Look at that man.
Damn, son. Damn.
And
he looks like a New Yorker.
Oh my God. So the thing that's funny is like there was this red carpet event that happened recently for the show, Scenes from a Marriage, that like pretty much broke the internet. Because I don't know if you can see this, right? Can you see that?
Oh, I did. Oh, I've seen that gif. I've seen that gif. Oh my God. Like when he's just like.
He was just like looking. He was like. And it was like, do we need to leave? Do we need to give you a room? I don't know what to do here.
He said, I'll give you an act. He's like, I'll give you something to eat. I'm gonna fucking put everything on this plate for you, paparazzi.
Yeah. But the funny thing is that like, people were saying they obviously were putting on a good show to like promote the show, right? So you're like, all right,
it's working.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, these two like have it going on. But when you watch the first episode, it's like it's tense. It's like a tense, like their relationship is super tense. And I'm like, where's all the sexualness? I came for this.
Do you get it?
What?
Do you get it? Like, does the sexual tension come?
No, the sexual tension's not there yet. It's
what?
It's like awkward, not in a bad way. Like they do a really good job in acting. It's just like they play like a relationship that's like clearly on the rocks. They've been together for like 10 plus years and shit like that. But I was like, damn, they were fooling us on the red carpet right now.
It makes me think of Darling and Buddy from Baby Driver.
From Baby Driver. Oh, John Hamm and Isa Gonzalez had like the best chemistry. I did want to say. Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
I just want to say really quickly, remember last episode where we were talking about how like people go ham on Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki when it's like they have wives? I will say that like the ugly thing about that whole like Jessica Chastain and Oscar Isaac moment, not anything against them, but it's like clearly that was done as like a promotional thing, right, for their show. But like Oscar Isaac's like happily married, and everyone was like shitting on Oscar Isaac's like wife just because maybe she doesn't meet the beauty standard that other people, think
awful.
of. And I was like, please stop that. Please stop that, guys. That's not right. Like Jessica Chastain and Oscar were clearly putting on a show for their like, movie, and Oscar and his wife have been together for like mad long. Like, stop it, guys. Get some help.
I get like the things that come with acting, but it's like it's got to be hard sometimes, like if you're not used to it. Like Yeah, I think like even me and Aaron have talked about that sometimes. It's like it would be hard for me to just see him just like have this like crazy like sexual tension with someone on screen or like on the red carpet where it's like off screen, but they're like still doing something. That's gotta be hard because you sit there and in your mind you're like, it's acting. They still come home to me, blah 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 blah. But that would be hard.
It has to be hard, but like for that, I will say that Oscar's wife was literally right there. Like the camera obviously pans on just Oscar and Jessica, but someone showed that if you take the wider picture, his wife is right there, like laughing about the whole thing. So it's like, clearly she's like cool with it and shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just like I didn't
I
like
guess
when
you'd
I
have to
heard
have a
that.
really strong relationship with for that, and then to be pooped on over it.
Yeah, I just felt that was like super unnecessary. So I just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, I don't blame you. There was something I was gonna bring up relating to that, but
Yeah, sorry, I like overstepped my boundaries there.
no, you didn't. Hush your face. Eat that pie. You
Mhm.
shut up and you eat that pie, girl. You shut up and eat that pie. Just slowly get to I'm just waiting for pie to come out your nose.
Mom,
No. What was that?
are you gonna literally not talk while I'm like having food in my
I
mouth?
just staring you down. I was trying to think of what I was gonna say a second ago. About people on the show, movies,
Oscar Isaac, Jessica
Oscar
Chastain,
Isaac.
Jensen
I'm
Ackles,
just
Jared
excited.
Padalecki.
I'm wondering like with us getting our press badges and everything, what will we be able to see that maybe something's coming out or the kind of interviews we could do. I just want to know who's all going to be there. I want to know the panels. I want to know what's happening.
Probably no one because we get no one in New York. They all wait to freaking like San Diego Comic-Con faster.
To be fair, though, with San Diego, they canceled. They may really be looking to New York to try to do things because as much as people will sit there and go, okay, we need to wait. A lot of the people that were with theaters and, movie companies, everything else, they got hurt so bad by everything. I wonder if they're really going to try to put something. I know New York Comic Con's only like 3 weeks away.
Oh my God, that close?
Yeah, it's girl. Tomorrow's the 14th.
Holy shit. By the way, remember your vaccine card because they're requiring
I
that.
know. I thought about that because I would think about how bad it would be to forget it and go, shit.
Well, they have an app now. Well, I don't know if it's just
Arkansas made it technically illegal to get like some kind of it was like a passport thing. Yeah. I gotta look back into it. I gotta see if I read it wrong because I try to look into like getting the passport because I feel like just like for the country itself, we need to make it really accessible for something like when we're traveling to go, hey. But right now it's
I like that sound.
Because they made it even like, did you know they made it illegal to force a mask mandate again?
Yeah,
and now
about that.
And now they're working to repeal that because we got hit so hard when our cases started going up so high because people weren't getting vaccinated and then the Delta variant hit. They had to the people that put it in action had to try to force it back out because they're like, oh shit, we made a mistake. We jumped the gun.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions.
Or it's like, have you seen those TikToks that are like, am I the bad guy?
Yeah.
Am I the drama? Like,
oh no.
Oh no. Yeah, I know there's sometimes like when sometimes I'll pop into somebody else's stream and like chat will be like nice and chill and I'll roll in like, I'm gonna fight you. And they're like the whole chat start about fighting. And I'm like, am I the bad guy?
Am I the problem?
Am I the problem? Of course not. Of course not.
No, Brittany is just like stellar, beautiful. I did want to say really quick before we probably start wrapping up tonight. Corey Stoll was in the first episodes of Scene from a Marriage. Just saying.
Oh. God, and I haven't seen him in much lately, and that's what I
But
was
now
like.
he's like exploding. He's in the newest season of Billions. He's gonna be in The Many Saints of Newark, and he's in Scenes
Wait,
from
say
a
that
Marriage.
again.
The Many Saints of Newark.
Newark.
Newark, New Jersey. It's not in New York. It's New Jersey.
The reason I say this is because we have a city called that, but it's Newark.
Oh
Newark.
no. We call it Newark.
This is like Poughkeepsie and Poughkeepsie.
It's
We have a
It's Poughkeepsie.
Yeah, my last name is pronounced a million different ways. It's right to whoever it goes to, Tia.
Yeehaw.
Yeah. Damn, son.
No, it's Poughkeepsie and it's Newark.
Newark. That does not roll with my tongue. I want to say the Saints of Newark.
No, that sounds awful.
But I'll respect it because it's over there in mystical Narnia, like up north where the fucking like winter monster lives, where it blows just cold air 24/7.
You know, you just reminded me of. Did you ever watch Fairly Odd Parents growing up?
Very Odd Parents.
Did you?
Yeah, because Crocker. Yeah, that's what I was doing.
All right. Remember when there was that one episode where like every parent had like the door boom like batarang, and they were like, "I'm knocking to respect your privacy, but I'm coming in anyway to like assert my parental authority."
It's like I'm using my I'm knocking to respect your privacy, but using my authority as your parent to enter anyways. There's something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, that makes me. Man, I always felt like I don't remember hardly ever shutting my door because I was always afraid that my parents would be suspicious that I was doing something that I wasn't supposed to do.
I was like not allowed to shut my door. I would try and shut my door. My parents would be like, "Hey, what are you shutting your door for? Keep that open." I'm not doing anything. It just
I want privacy.
I would just like to hear my TV instead of your TV. I lived in a like, you know, not like the smallest apartment ever, but literally my room was like
next to the living room. I remember where the TV was.
Next to the living room. This was
your door.
Yeah.
This was your door.
Mm-hmm.
This was the TV. Like this. Like I remember.
But that's what I'm saying. So it's like if I had the door open, I'm listening to TV. It's like my dad's always watching his TV louder. So it's like I might as well have been out there just watching TV with them. But it's like, no, I wanted to watch what I wanted to watch. I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
Tia wanted it and she's going to get it.
I'm going to get it.
She just got it by moving out.
Yeah, exactly. And,
exactly.
Exactly. But yeah, this was a very random coffee break, but I guess that's what these are for.
I know. I kind of feel like it's nice to get out everything that you want to like talk about. Like you have a random thought and you're wanting a rabbit trail. Go do it.
What was that?
That's like race it off like a rabbit trail.
That was like a very like half-assed like version of a dab or something. No,
there you go. There you go. You brought it up. It had to happen.
Oh my god. But Brittany, why don't you tell everyone where they can find you, what you got going on next?
I was gonna say you could always find me on Twitch at Itty Bitty Brit. I am working on my rebrand that is nearly done. I'm super excited about it. Also really putting I was gonna say Ryan has been on it. He's been obsessed with making videos. He's already made 2 and he's working on a third one. And he started like last night. So he's like pumping them out. So if you want to find that on YouTube, it's also Itty Bitty Brit, or Twitter when you want to see me be real dumb, it's Itty Bitty Brit 0. It's all the same except one has a 0 at it. You'll find it. It's cool.
We love it.
We love it. Darling.
But yes, please make sure that you check out Brittany's stuff. She's a very dedicated streamer who spends a lot of her time trying to entertain you all. As for us, please make sure that you're subscribed to this channel, Geek Vibes Podcast. As I always say, we have merch. You can find that down below. So please make sure you check that out. You can also her lacroix. Please make sure that you're following us on all our social media accounts, which include Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We are now on something called Carbon, which is a new social media site, so you can check us out there as well. And please make sure you give this a thumbs up. Tell us what you're thinking about. What do you think about the Trisha Paytas shit, the Quartering, Scenes from a Marriage, the Sex and the City revival? We talked about a few things today, so make sure you check that out and tell us what you thought about all of it. And until next time, we'll see you on the next coffee break. Bye.
Bye, guys.
I liked your fancy. Bye.
Bye.